Today we are going to discuss about generation and convention of nerve impulse. Generation convention of nerve impulse. What is the structural and functional unit of nervous system? Neuron. Neuron is the structural and functional unit of nervous system. Neuron. Generation convention of nerve impulse. Generation convention of nerve impulse. There are three types of channels or gates. There are three types of channels. First one is leakage channels. Second one, leakage channels. Second one, ligand gated ion channels. And third one is voltage gated ion channels. There are three types of channels: leakage channels, ligand gated ion channels, voltage gated ion channels. There are two types of leakage channels: sodium leakage channels and potassium leakage channels. Potassium leakage channels are more than that of the sodium leakage channels. Hence, axolemma is more permeable to potassium. Why? Because more number of potassium channels are present. Potassium leakage channels are present. And coming to ligand gated ion channels. These ligand gated ion channels are present in the postsynaptic membrane. This is the postsynaptic membrane. They are present in postsynaptic membrane. These are the ligand gated ion channels. Other type of channels also present in pre-synaptic membrane. They are called as calcium gated ion channels. Calcium gated ion channels present in presynaptic, postsynaptic membrane contain ligand gated ion channels. The channels are open due to transmitters, neurotransmitters. Whenever the neurotransmitters enter into the synapse, then postsynaptic ligand gated channels are open. In coming to voltage gated channels, there are two types of voltage gated channels: sodium voltage gated channels and potassium voltage gated channels. There are two types of sodium voltage gated channels: sodium activation gate, sodium activation gate, and sodium inactivation gate. Sodium activation gate and sodium inactivation gate. Potassium has only one gate, that is potassium activation. Potassium activation gate. There are two sodium gates: activation gate and inactivation gate. That is about channels. There are three types of channels: leakage channels, ligand gated ion channels, voltage gated ion channels. Voltage gated again divided into sodium and potassium. Sodium has two gates: activation gate and inactivation gate. Potassium has only one gate, that is activation gate. And coming to resting membrane potential. Next one is resting membrane potential or resting membrane. What is resting membrane potential? In general, this is the axon. Axon is covered by a layer called as axolemma. This is axolemma. Inside the axolemma, this is axoplasm. Axoplasm. Outside the axolemma, fluid is present, this is called ECF, extracellular fluid. Here also this is ECF, extracellular fluid. Outside the axolemma, in general outside the axolemma, positive charges. These are the positive charges. Inside the axolemma, negative charges. Outside the axolemma, positive charges. Inside the axolemma, negative charges. These are the outside the axolemma, positive charges. Inside the axolemma, negative charges. That means this nerve or axon is in a resting phase. This phase is called resting phase. In resting phase, number of positive ions are equal to the number of negative ions. In general, in ECF and axolemma, axoplasm, ECF and axoplasm, there are two types of ions. Sodium ions. Sodium ions are less in ECF than the sodium ions present in sodium ions are more in ECF. Sodium ions are more in ECF than the sodium ions present in axoplasm. That means sodium ions present both in ECF and axoplasm. The sodium ions present in ECF are more than that of the sodium ions present in sodium ions present in axoplasm. Similarly, potassium ions. Potassium ions present in ECF, number of potassium ions present in ECF are less than that of the number of potassium ions present in axoplasm. That means in axoplasm, more number of potassium ions. In ECF, more number of sodium ions. More number of sodium ions are present in ECF. More number of potassium ions are present in axoplasm. So in general, outside the axolemma, positive ions, inside the axolemma, negative ions. The electrical difference across the axolemma in resting phase is called resting membrane potential. What is resting membrane potential? The electrical difference across the axolemma in resting phase is called resting membrane potential. The resting membrane potential value is equal to minus 42 minus 90 millivolts. Average or a typical resting membrane potential is equal to minus 70 millivolts. This is resting membrane potential, minus 70 millivolts. The minus value refers the negative ions inside the axolemma. Negative ions present inside the axolemma. It is maintained by a phenomenon called as sodium and potassium. Sodium potassium pump or exchange pump. Sodium potassium exchange pump or sodium potassium pump. The sodium potassium exchange pump states that three sodium ions outside the axolemma. That means 3 sodium ions out, 3 Na plus out, 3 sodium ions out, 2 potassium ions in, 2 K plus ions, 2 potassium ions in, 2 potassium ions. Sodium potassium exchange pump states that 3 sodium ions out and the 2 potassium ions in. Here there are 3 sodium ions comes outside. Only 2 potassium ions comes inside. As a result, number of Na plus ions comes outside are more than that of the potassium. Hence, a negative charge is present inside the axial lemma. Inside the axial lemma. Why? Inside the axial lemma is negative in charge or minus 1 centimeter. Because 3 sodium ions out and 2 potassium ions in. That maintain the negative charges inside the axial lemma. This is called sodium potassium exchange pump. The sodium potassium exchange pump takes place through the leakage channels. Leakage channels. 2 sodium out and here 3 sodium out and 2 potassium in. Or expel 3 sodiums and influx 2 potassium ions. That is called sodium potassium exchange pump. Here, resting membrane potential, typical resting membrane potential is equal to minus 70 millivolts. That is about resting phase or resting membrane potential. Coming to next stage. That is depolarization. Next phase is depolarization. Also called as raising phase. Depolarization phase also called as raising phase. This is axon. In general, outside the axial lemma, positive charges. Inside the axial lemma, negative charges. This is in resting phase. This is resting phase. Whenever the stimulus may be external or internal stimulus or external stimulus. Whenever the stimulus takes place, this is the stimulus, external or internal. Whenever the stimulus takes place, influx of sodium ions takes place. Whenever the stimulus takes place, influx of sodium ions enter into the axoplasm. This is influx of sodium ions. For example, this is one site. This is A site. A site undergo influx of sodium ions. That means reversal of charges. This reversal of charges is called depolarization. What is depolarization? Reversal of charges is called depolarization. Also known as action potential. What is action potential? Electrical difference across the plasma lemma. Is called action potential, also known as nerve impulse. Action potential or nerve impulse. And this is in the resting phase. Remaining for this resting phase. Here, site A undergo depolarization. And second, this is site B. In site B, during depolarization, these positive charges inside the flow of positive charges inside the axolemma from site A to site B. Flow of positive charges from positive charges inside, flow of positive charges inside the axolemma from site A to site B. Site A to site B. Flow of positive charges inside the axolemma from site A to B. Next one, flow of negative charges outside the axolemma moves from site B to A. Site B to A. That means these charges B to A. Here positive charges move from B to A. Flow of positive charges outside the axolemma from B to A. Flow of positive charges inside the axolemma A to B. Here also A to B. Here B to A. This one completes the current flow or circuit. This is called action potential or nerve impulse. And coming to site C. That means site B undergo depolarization. So this is site A. When the positive charges reach the site A, this is site A. Positive charges outside, inside negative charges. This is repolarization. That means site A undergo repolarization. Site B undergo depolarization. This is depolarization. Site B undergo depolarization. Next, site C. This is site C. This is in resting phase. This is resting phase. And coming to next stage. Here, site B, these positive ions moves towards the C. These positive ions from C to B. Coming to next diagram, site A and B. Site B, this is site B. This is site A. Site A, this one is site B. Site B undergo repolarization. Site B undergo repolarization. Site C. Sites when the positive ion comes to C. Positive ions. Site C. This one undergo depolarization. Inside positive, outside negative. This is site C. Site C, depolarization. And what about next site? Site D. Site D is in a polarized condition. Or site D, resting phase. Resting. Site C, depolarization. Site B, repolarization. Site A, hyperpolarization. 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 Coming to next site, site D, and site E. This is site E. In site E, these positive ions become moves towards the D, C to D. This D to C. Here, last diagram. Site A, site B, site C, site D, and site E. Site D become depolarization. Site D, depolarization. This is depolarization. Inside positive and outside negative. Depolarization. Site C, repolarization. Site C, repolarization. Site C, repolarization. Site B, hyperpolarization. Site B and A. Site B, hyperpolarization. Here site D, depolarization. Site C, repolarization. Site B, hyperpolarization. Site A again, repolarization. Resting phase. Site A again, resting phase. Site E,